Definitely, yes. Would definitely consider selling it. I think it's necessary. The government can't really afford to, or won't pay for it, and the council can't afford to pay for it to upkeep it. So yes, definitely.
I think only if there was a general consensus that that was the best option for small parts of it. I'd like to see us as a city retain as much control as possible.
Yes, I think we need to give careful consideration to offset expenses over the time, and it will depend on the development and the project, and of course the land which they want to use.
No, I wouldn't consider selling parts of the land, and I believe it should be leased to appropriate people.
I'm disappointed that we've lost the well park or possibility of it, and I'd love to see us get that back. Being privately invested is really important, I think, for us. The East Lake, I'd also like to perhaps consider that again. Too many difference of opinions. We have the river, we have the surf, we have the estuary, we have plenty of water that we can have recreation on.
I'd consider anything really. I mean, I'm a kayaker myself. I think kayaking and rowing are great. I'd really like to see something like a rafting possibilities. I mean, there's a park that I've been to in Auckland which is fantastic, and I could see something like that being built at the side of the river, which I think would be a great fit as far as water sports are concerned. But I think we should consider everything and anything.
I'm on the fence with this proposal. I used to be a keen paddler and I'm all for paddle sports, but I also would like to see the continuation of New Brighton Road. So if there was a lake, I'd like to see it built around the lake or a bridge over New Brighton Road.
Well, I've co-run waka-ama programs on that river with high school students and many wellbeing groups, and I think that the opportunities to tidy up or develop some of the side bits of the river is a great opportunity to widen areas where there's a lot of congestion. So I think there's some opportunities there without interrupting the natural life of the river.
I think the main thing here is we need to have easy access for everybody. Not everybody likes to exercise, not everybody likes nature, so we really need to consider everybody. But ease of access for everybody I think is really important. Things like aquariums, observatory, even a university for the environment, I'd love to see something like that there. Virtual amusement park, lots of options.
In terms of options for attracting visitors, I'd consider everything and anything really. I'd love to see, and have thought for a long time it'd be wonderful if we could have some kind of boat charter thing, say starting out in Brighton and going up the river to give people a real appreciation of the area. Definitely got to have cycle trails alongside and through it. I see it as a sort of a Riccarton Bush river type arrangement.
Parks, pathways, cycleways, natural playgrounds, events, sports fields, food foraging areas. I love going to the red zone myself and picking the fruit. There's been some lovely events and I'd like to see those continued.
I think there's fantastic opportunities to attract visitors to the corridor. To have a city that's got native bush and native birds is a huge attraction for visitors from overseas. Wonderful for us locals, for families and children to experience those native birds, and for us to have an eco-sanctuary in it, something like that would be hugely attractive to visitors that want to get off the bus and have a look around and do something active.
I think the green spine we need to keep that. There needs to be a council initiative, and I think that we could actually afford to just to keep upkeep of the green spine if you're going to lease the landings, and of course the lessees could maintain their own part. But the rest of it is going to be sold. The owners are going to remediate the land. They will be keeping up, and it's got to be conditions on it, of course. Whatever they sell it as, be rezoned accordingly.
I think the city should retain governance, but I think we should consider entering into partnerships that are going to benefit the people of Christchurch. So if there were some private models, say for instance a water park or something like that, then I think we could take those on their merits. I also think that the same with a rafting park sort of arrangement.
Right, Christchurch City Council ownership with the local board governance, just so people, the communities, the local communities can have input into any decisions regarding the areas surrounding them.
I think for the council to start off with the ownership and governance and to find the correct community partners and of course iwi partnership in that governance.
Again, if the CCC was to keep the green spine, that keeps the maintenance resources minimal. We need to sell the developed land under conditions. That's what I'd like to see. We're a diverse city, and the operative word is city. You can divide it, or you can't divide it between rich and poor, or business or not. It's all about the residents of the city, and we have to be fair, so it's not totally about you.
I think my vision would be that it would be like a Hagley Park around a river. You know, New Zealand is blessed with some amazing spaces, and we've got an amazing opportunity in the heart of our city to really make the most and bring in another fantastic green space. So that's what I'd like to see.
Well, I'd love to see the return of what we had actually with our beautiful green riverbanks and our trees lining the river. You know, somewhere we can walk all the way along with little bridges and native parts and other parts which are flowery and beautiful.
I think for the council to make sure that the vision that people identified really comes to life, which is to have the water cleaned up. And many people asked for somewhere they could really go to with their families and enjoy nature, wetlands, native bush, the beautiful birds that we'll bring back, and visitors come to New Brighton to support our businesses because it's such a gorgeous natural place to be.